Welcome to a video, guys. Today I'm going to be running you through my current leg day. I do 2 leg days. So this is leg day 2, I do believe, of the week. We're going to be running it at Stackhouse, which is meant to be a really good gym. It's going to be my first time ever going to Stackhouse. So it's going to be new for me as well. I'm also going to show you what I'm going to be eating for breakfast, and I'm going to be basically taking you on the trip to Stackhouse. So welcome aboard, and I hope you enjoy my leg day. So that is actually going to be my food for this morning. We'll be pumping out an early session at Stackhouse. So I just wanted to get in what I would usually eat. And by the time we've driven there, you know, this is all going to be digested, hopefully. I'm going to have a Monster on the way. So that's going to give me some caffeine for the energy, as well as this coffee. So we're going to be pretty supercharged. Yeah, I'm going to dive into this now. And I'm sure I'll see you in a bit. All right then, so we just arrived at Stackhouse. As I said before, I've never been here, so I'm pretty excited. It's meant to be an insane gym. We've been running you through our leg day. Katie's behind the camera, but she's gonna be training with me as well. So come on guys, come join us. A bit dark.
The light on the light going here, so there's no natural light. No.
So before we get started, repping the MF coaching gear, obviously stands for MaxFit Coaching, which is my coaching business, exclusive to all clients, but you know, at some point maybe we might change that. We've got a few ideas in the bank. So yeah, gonna keep quiet about that at the moment. For now, we're gonna be talking about our leg day. So I'm gonna start off with about a 5-minute warm up. Easy peasy, a few leg swings, some lunges. And we're gonna be running through pretty much how we're gonna work it is in a pyramid fashion. And it's gonna be the theme for most of the exercises, except for the very last few, which we will run through the standard 3x12 or 4x12. Reason being is because I want to work up to failure and then do a back off set. We're going to start off with hack squat, then we're going to do some form of lunge. We might stop that out yet, we're not sure. Then it's either going to be a glute hip thrust or a seated hamstring curl. I don't actually know if this gym has a seated hamstring curl. If it does, I'll be doing that. However, if it also has a glute hip thrust machine, then it's a bit of a toss between the two. Then we're going to be moving on to a leg press. Which will be in a different format fashion actually. It'll be in a pyramid fashion except downwards. So we start on 20 reps in 15, 12, 10, then a drop set. Whereas the hack squat will be, like I said, and the hamstring curls will be probably a 3 or 4x12. Then finishing off with leg extensions and calf raises, and we're going to superset that, and that'll be in a 4x12 fashion as well. So it'll be a pyramid. The lunge will be a normal 3x12 fashion or 3x10 fashion, just as long as it's to failure. Then the same for the hamstring curls. The pyramid will stand for the leg press, and then the normal 3x12 and 4x12 will be for the leg extensions and calf raise. So super excited to be taking you through this. That was really long-winded, but I'm ready to go. I've got my monster in hand and I'm ready to go. Have you turned it off?
Yes.
I feel like I really just took way too long explaining that. Do you know where the hack squat is?
No.
Alright then, we'll just film me aimlessly wandering around until we find the hack squat.
I do.
I feel like this is going to be the sort of day. We found the hack squat. Thank fuck, walking around like an idiot, didn't know what I was doing. Never been here before, so I actually shit myself that they didn't have a hack squat for a minute there.
Got a bit of a camel toe.
Have I never been to the gym before? I don't know, I don't go to gym, I'm sorry. So this is only my second set of testing the weight. We did a warm-up set, then I've done a set of testing the weight with 2 plates. Now I'm doing a set testing the weight with 4 plates, and then I'm going to work into 2 working sets. We're going to work up to 3 plates and then 3 plates with 2 10 plates. Reason being because that's what I do at Ripped. However, this is a bit different, so we're going to test it out now and see how it feels. If it feels good, I'm going to keep going up. For the tester sets, we just do reps anywhere between 5 to 10, so just feeling it, and then the working sets, like I said, to complete failure, at least close to. 4, 5, 6, 2 more. Up come, up come, up come. 1 more. Nice. 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 Parring me at the moment. You're parring me. Nice cabbage. Nice work. Katie's not feeling very well, but she's still pumping out a leg session. What are you doing? So this is going to be my first working set. I'm going to just go as many as I can. So if like we stop recording halfway through because Casey dropped the camera to save me, you know why.
So I just failed on 4. It's different. It's different to rip gym, my normal gym. Rip gym's a hack squat. Usually I get about 6 out of that, but I failed on 4. Coming up for the 5th, so we won't go any higher. We'll do this again and we'll try and get 5 reps. So the reason why I'm training like this is basically because actually my coach, my business coach, Body by Vogel, I'll put his Instagram link there. He basically trained with me about a couple of months ago, and he took me through his training. It was completely different to how mine is, and now I train very similar to his in that pyramid fashion, whereby warm-up set, 2 sets of getting used to the weight, 2 sets of failure and a backup set. Reason being because a lot of people who train 4 sets of 12, you know, the ordinary stuff, not bashing that at all, it's a good way to train, but if you get into that mindset of just reaching 12 reps, you can almost like sort of kid yourself out of training hard, because you're like, oh, I hit the 12 rep, I'm done. Except you're not pushing yourself, you're not training really hard. So if you actually say 2 failure, okay, like that was 2 failure, then you're actually pushing yourself, you're actually working hard, and 4 sets of failure is difficult. So if you just do 2 sets of failure, you know, you've worked hard enough. If you've done 2 sets of failure, you'll 100% hit failure on those 2 sets. You've worked hard enough to move on to the next exercise for sure. So that's sort of my whole ethos and mindset behind training now. I'm hoping they heard that, because that took effort to speak. I'm sweating my tits off.
Up, come on, come on.
Failed again on 4. I'm not disappointed, because it's always, when you're on different equipment, I do find that it is sort of subject to that equipment sometimes how much you can lift. But, you know, I tried to put that aside and make sure my mindset was right, but I still couldn't push it, so I'm just too weak, aren't I? I'm just weak. Just weak. But now for the back off set, so we can do lighter weight, more reps, and then we move on to the rest of our session. Yeah, so I keep a log of all my lifts. Reason for that is because basically the whole idea behind building muscle is progressively overloading. So you've got to be week on week on week. Well, doesn't have to be every single week, but certainly from point A to B, you've got to be progressing, whether that be to increase weight or reps or sets, whatever that may be. You need to try and progress every so often, and that's how you build muscle. So one way of making sure I do that is I track my lifts. And tracking my lifts just completely eliminates the factor of accidentally regressing in my lifts by not being able to remember them, after I did them. So you could be doing a session, you could be training really, really hard and thinking that you were training really, really hard, but actually you did the weight about 3 weeks ago, but just can't remember. This completely eradicates it. You can track on your phone, on your notes as well, Notepad, or if you're a client of mine, you will be tracking on TrueCoach, and it just completely eliminates that whole factor of accidentally regressing in your lifts, which you don't want to do. Now we're going to be doing the back off set on 2 plates. So let's give this a go.
Come on, going. Come on. Up. Nice. And again. Nice. And again. Yes. Up. And again. Up, up. Yeah.
Backup sets to failure.
Caution, Condon's hot. Caution, Condon's hot.
Keep it rolling. Alright, we found the hip thrust machine. It was about 100 centimeters, a meter away from us. So I walked around the whole of the gym looking for the hip thrust machine. Yeah, it was right here, and the hack squat is literally right here. So we're gonna go for hip thrusts instead of lunges, just feeling, training glutes. If you're a guy, don't ever skip training glutes, okay? It's 21st century, don't skip training glutes if you're a guy.
Show us your glutes.
Yeah, what's my favourite thought now? Train glutes if you're a guy, girl, well, you're probably training glutes. But yeah, if they have a seated hamstring curl, we'll move to that. If they don't, we may go lying hamstring curl. So I want to target the hamstrings next, because they are, always neglected by everyone. Most people do neglect posterior chain, so don't do that either. Make sure you are training your posterior. That's like your glutes, hamstrings, calves, lower back. Get all that trained, because you don't want to be weak in those areas.
Condon's hot. Caution, Condon's hot. You got to give me all you got. Caution, Condon's hot. You got to give me all you got. Caution.
Notice how, when I was doing it, there's a little bit of a shorter range of motion. So instead of like coming down and letting my knees move, I kept my knees in position and just posterior tilted my hips up and down. Like that, so it's all the tension is in the glutes, rather than going to the hamstrings or even the knees, which I'm on. So I just literally tilt my pelvis like this. Yeah, like that, up and down. Squeezing the glutes. Make sure I've got that squeeze, keep my core really tight. Like that. So it's just movement from the hips rather than any movement from the back or anything. So we'll focus
You
in the
got to
glutes.
give me all you got.
Yeah, so also when training your legs, how I've sort of changed my mindset on is, even Katie was telling me a little while ago, is the leg muscles are so big, right? The reason why people have such trouble growing them is because people don't train them hard enough. Their leg muscles are so big, biggest muscles in your body, that they need to be trained twice as hard as your upper body. And most people actually train their upper body twice as hard as their legs, which is why you get this sort of disproportionate look. And no one wants that. No one wants small legs, no one wants chicken legs, especially if you want to take this seriously. So apply your mentality of how you train upper body to legs, then some, and trust me, with a calorie surplus or even maintenance, if you're a beginner, your legs will blow up, they will grow, they'll grow. You've got to give it time. It won't happen overnight, but certainly as the months go on, even into the years, the legs will get a lot bigger.
Caution, content's hot. You got to give me all you got. Caution, content's hot. You got to give me all you got.
Why would you make me do that?
15 reps,
Yeah.
your poor legs.
they say that God is a fine man.
Do a little dance.
Song for you, but nothing there.
We're at the leg press now. So for the leg press, going to be going back to the pyramid format like I said at the start. We're going to be starting off with 20 reps, then 15 reps, then 10 reps, sorry, then 12 reps, then 10 reps, then a drop set. So 5 sets in total. It's a bit of a pump out this one, just pump it out.
You get to give me all you got, all you got. All you got. All you got.
Caution. Content's hot.
Set done. 8 plates. We'll go for 9 next time. That's so much better, isn't it?
Yeah.
Take it back a couple knocks, couldn't even last me. Coming in hot. So this is actually a PR. Katie said I should do 10 plates, but a 9 is a PR in itself. So we're gonna go for 9 plates for 10 reps, and then we're gonna drop set to, I don't know, 6 or 7, and then get as many reps as possible. So it could be a tough set, but we're gonna get it done. Yeah, it's a PR, hopefully.
Come on, keep going.
defeated by the leg press machine. How they look? Oh, not really good. Let me have a look. I need to see. Let me see. I'm not going to talk right now. Oh, yeah, that's us done. I think, yeah, that's us complete. Just a quick tip on that, on the calf raises. Make sure you're allowing for the stretch on the calves, so you're going all the way down and then pushing all the way up into your tippy toes. If you're not getting that stretch, you're not going to target the calves right. And also do a really slow tempo on the way down, and then explosive up, I find really helps the calves grow. Although I don't have much calf growth, but you know, we're getting there. We're getting there. That's us done. That's us done. So yeah, basically the theme for this session was to go in with intensity, train to failure, train hard with minimal rest. Obviously we had a little bit more rest than usual because we was filming, but overall it's been an intense session. If you want to attack legs, like I said earlier in the session, hit them harder than you hit your upper body, train them twice as hard and they will grow. I must admit, since I've been in a calorie surplus and I've been training legs twice a week and training them with a lot of intent. By the way, is the mic on?
Yeah.
Training them with a lot of intent, I've found that my legs have literally blown up. Like, I think I've had more leg growth in the last 3 or 4 months than I've had in all of my years of training. I've been training about 7-8 years, I think, since I was 16. It's 15 and a half from 23, yeah. So, you know, it just goes to show that if you give your body what it needs and train it hard enough, it will grow. Don't get scared about the whole thing with genetics and everything, because if you start capping yourself because your genetics, like I used to think, all right, my legs aren't going to grow because my dad's legs are tiny, my brother's legs are tiny, it's just my genetics. I used to put a cap on it and I used to not train them as hard because of that. Don't do that. Don't get into the mindset of, oh, you know, they won't train, I won't train them hard because they're not going to grow anyway. No, that's completely false. And I think I've shown myself the last 3 months that definitely is false. You do have genetic limits, but don't let it cap how hard you train, basically. But yeah, I'll see you outside. You can turn it off now. How was that? You enjoy that?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What did you think of the leg session?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah?
Did you like it?
Yeah. Do you think we trained intensely enough?
Yes.
Do you think so?
Yeah, you were dripping.
Yeah, I was dripping, wasn't I?
Yeah.
In sweat of the leg day. Yeah, so I think I rolled off a lot of tips for you guys whilst we were training, but overall with legs, train them twice as hard as you train your upper body. Train them regularly if you want to grow them, well, frequently. So I like to train them twice a week. I'm possibly going to move it up to 3 times a week. So do 3 leg sessions, 2 upper body sessions, and do a proper leg focused block at some point. in the next couple of months, maybe towards winter. Train twice as hard, train them frequently, and train them intensely. You know, make sure you are training to failure, or at least close to failure, and you really are pushing yourself. Be honest with yourself. Did you train to failure, or could you have another 5 reps in the tank? I guaranteed you, most of you, if you be truthful with yourself, you've got another 5 in the tank. So scrap that and focus on actually training to failure. It doesn't have to be every single set like I showed you in the gym. It has to be maybe 1 to 2 sets of proper failure, and if you're hitting proper failure, you'll feel it, and that will be enough. That'll be 100% enough. That's what we did. We went in, tried to train the legs intensely as possible, and yeah, and now we're done. So I'm probably going to be hobbling around for the rest of the day. But thanks guys for watching. I really appreciate you. I really appreciate you watching the video, and I really appreciate the support on Instagram at the moment. So because of all this is really spurring me on to do more YouTube videos. I want to be getting out at least a YouTube video a week. I'm going to try and make that promise to myself and promise to you. So we're really going to go for it now and really try and pump out some good content. So thanks for watching guys. See you in the next one.